person you have called is not available. Please leave a short 10-second message after the tone and we'll send the message as a text.
Hey.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. This is really exciting for me.
I've got some things to say.
This is my favorite. I've never had a favorite movie before. This is my favorite movie ever. Ever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So, are you going to introduce us?
Me? People know who we are. They should.
They should. But if you don't, this is the Scott and Michelle Show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Episode number 3.
No, it's not.
Episode number 4.
Get it right.
Number 4.
Oh, dear. Alrighty. So today we are talking about...
Dolemite is my name. How about you explain what the movie is about?
No. You do it.
Oh, me?
Oh, yeah.
No, I think you should.
No, seriously. You do it.
No, you hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang
Oh,
up.
gosh, it's not like that. Trust me. See, I wouldn't even be able to tell you without getting ragingly angry.
Just tell him.
Alright, so it is about Eddie Murphy.
It's about Eddie Murphy.
Which he plays... I can't even pronounce the guy's name.
Dolemite.
Dolemite. It's kind of like dynamite, which you wish you had while watching this. So, Dolemite is a guy that is pretty much penniless, no ideas of his own. So, he takes on a kind of like Hannah Montana kind of thing. It's the best way to explain it. He becomes
That's a
somebody
terrible
else.
way to explain
Oh,
it.
shut up.
That's a
He
terrible
becomes
way.
somebody else. This is why I said you do it.
Hannah Montana became somebody else.
Yes, but so did he. His real name wasn't Dolemite, was it?
No, it's Rudy Ray Moore.
You see?
We all know what Hannah Montana became.
Famous.
Yeah, okay. So, you were saying?
So he becomes a character and, like, he tries to break out into, like, fame. So he starts off with comedy and he tries to get, like, a record made. And it all just escalates from there because people actually find him funny. And...
Did you find him funny?
No. Oh my gosh. Do you want to know how badly I hated that film?
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. No, you know what? Tell me how bad you hated it.
I would sit through Mismatched Couples at least 7 times to avoid watching that again.
Do you know how many times I watched this movie? 8. And I could have watched it again. I probably will watch it again, like tomorrow.
Yes.
Tell me what you hated about this movie.
I didn't like anything.
You didn't like anything?
It started off bad. Eddie Murphy is not a good actor.
Yeah.
He is not talented. I'm sorry. He's probably sleeping on piles of cash due to stupidity people like you.
Stupidity people like me.
I know. Due to stupid people like yourself. Because there's a lot of you out there that think he's so hilarious. He is not funny. Not funny at all. No. If you're going to say he was funny to, in Coming to America, you're wrong.
How did you know I was going to talk about that?
Oh, I know you.
How did you know?
This was, without a doubt, the worst movie I have ever sat through.
Yeah?
I have watched some Disney crap in my time. Believe me, this takes the cake.
This movie is about a black cultural icon.
It's not
Black
that.
American.
Do you know what the problem is with
What?
that? I'm all for black comedy. I think it's funny.
Oh, okay.
But this was racist, sexist, just complete and utter crap. Like, there is a bit where he, starts working with a woman who's on the bigger side, but she's like got amazing charisma. And she starts singing, and I'm like, oh, they'll break it up and she'll sing something really nice. She swears all the way through that song.
Everyone swears all the way through that song.
I'm not a big fan of, like, huge swearing all the way through. The occasional swear word is fine.
Yeah.
But this was like every second word was words I cannot say. Like, I would never use that language.
What sort of language are we talking about? Like, how wild was the language?
There was the F word, there was the N word, there was the C word.
The C word?
Yes.
They don't say the C word in this movie?
Yeah, they do.
What? What C word are you talking about?
Don't make me spell it out.
They don't... Do you mean the Australian C word?
What's the American C word?
Because they don't say that.
They do not say, see you next Tuesday.
No, not... They mean it in a, like...
hilarious, funny, a really offensive way.
They don't say that in this movie.
They do. They have to.
Give me a timestamp. I will watch it again. And
I cannot tell you. It is all mixed with, like, disgust. There is not one point where I thought it was funny. There was zero laughter coming from me.
Damn,
this
zero?
was not a funny movie. This was offensive. And, like, nobody should sit through this.
You said offensive.
Offensive. Unless they choose to be offensive themselves.
They choose to be offensive themselves. Okay.
Yeah, because this is just complete trash. Like, I've watched some trash in my time. Disney do not always make, masterpieces. I get it. Disney, cater to the little guy occasionally. And they, end up with a piece of crap. But at least it's watchable. This was not watchable.
Not watchable?
Oh, I wanted to, I had to drink after this.
After?
I'm like, I need to pay attention. But, after I paid attention, I'm like, I need a stiff drink.
Inspiration for next week.
Oh, it is horrific.
Damn.
You know what I've been doing ever since I watched that film?
What?
Trying to think of a film to make you watch that is just as bad.
That's what we want to hear. That's what we're here for.
Much more painful.
More painful.
There is not a film that exists.
When was it sexist?
All the way through.
Like, give me an example.
They were saying that you should do certain things to your relatives.
Did they?
How little did you pay attention?
All the way. I've seen it 8 times.
Well, you clearly have missed some of the dialogue because they're like, you should F your niece and you should F your aunt and you should F...
They do not... Where... Are
yes,
you having some sort of Mandela
While
effect?
they're in the bar, he talks about it. And then he says because they're the C word. And...
Did we watch the same movie?
I really hope so, because otherwise I just wasted time for nothing.
There was Eddie Murphy in this movie, right?
Unfortunately.
Did you see him in his, really cool red leather outfit from the beginning?
I don't remember.
Because Eddie Murphy's pretty famous for wearing a red outfit. A red leather outfit.
We get it.
He's
hilarious. He's so funny.
I actually didn't think he was even the best part.
He's a talented young man.
He's not young.
I know, but I'm saying, people think he's talented.
Yeah.
Newsflash, he's not funny. You know when he's best?
When? Playing
a dragon in Mulan.
Okay.
It's the only quality thing he's done.
So, Mulan is a story about what?
It's about a girl that goes to war to protect her father, so she pretends to be a man.
So it's a cultural story, right?
I guess so.
She's a cultural figure.
Guess so. That movie's very, very loosely based.
Yeah, it's a Joan of Arc story, right?
I thought it was more a 12th Night sort of thing.
I guess it is that too.
Yeah. That's what I consider it as, but then so is She's the Man. That's based on that as well.
Yes, that's true.
So
She's the Man is... Oh, sorry, no, I'm getting 10 Things. Taming of the Shrew is 10 Things, right? Yeah. Cool. You know what I really liked about this movie?
What?
The women
Eventually it ended?
the women in this movie,
What,
all the
big?
no, not all of them, but
Okay.
the women who they use in this movie are all beautiful. All the women,
Yes, I completely agree with that. Very pretty young ladies and
beautiful women.
very pretty women. That was it. That's
But-
all that movie had going for it.
But they all had very unique body types too. Because there was
Yeah.
a little bit of nudity in this movie. Not like a huge amount. It's not graphic.
No.
It's there for a reason, right? But all the women in this movie were stunning. And it's really nice to see. Like, they don't all look the same. And they
No,
are...
it's not a typical Hollywood picture
No.
where they're all like starving themselves from like the first shot to like, you know, when the movie wraps.
Yeah.
So none of that. But I mean, that was the only good thing that they showed other body types.
That was the only good thing?
That was the only good thing. This was horrible. Like, how could you hate me that much?
I don't hate you. I just love this movie.
Wow, seriously.
I didn't think you'd hate this.
I was questioning it by the end.
Wow.
Oh, I hated it so much.
Do you think it did the 70s well? Like the colours and like the attitude?
I wasn't in the 70s.
I love the 70s. I wasn't born in the
I know you
70s.
do. I know you weren't. You were born in the 80s.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I guess. But again, the language is just so distracting that it couldn't make me like anything else.
But I talk like that all the time too.
You do not talk like that.
Like that.
You and I can have a conversation without you swearing.
I don't think I've sworn today.
Exactly. See what I mean? Whereas he couldn't go a sentence.
There's a scene in the movie where, like, he's talking about not liking swearing. Because the guy who it's based on, Rudy Ray Moore, like, he grew up as a very Catholic kind of guy. They actually don't talk about this very much in the movie, but, like, he grew up in a Catholic home, and he's sort of like the preacher character, you know, the black preacher in a black church. How they talk in that particular, like, uplifting kind of way.
Yes.
Rudy Ray Moore, when he performs, talks like that. The Dolemite movie is not really like what Rudy Ray Moore is like. The movie is just like a cartoon kind of stupid action movie, right?
Did you say cartoon?
It's not animated. Like, I watched this movie
Did we watch the same movie?
Yeah, we did.
God, I hope so.
It's not animated, but it's like a caricature of like black, you know, action movies in the 70s. Black exploitation
culture
movies.
is like that. That's terrible.
If black culture is like that, that's terrible.
Oh no, I just mean like the language and like the fact that they don't respect women at all.
When did they not respect women? And who was not respecting women?
Seriously, Scott, I like tried to block it all out afterwards.
I think it was the complete opposite. The
Are you
complete
kidding me?
opposite. Yeah.
It was so racist.
How is it racist?
You just, like, I understand they're black so they can make fun of themselves,
Yeah.
but I didn't appreciate it. Maybe that's me being a white girl and being offended.
Ah, so that's a
I don't know.
different thing.
Maybe that's my white privilege.
Oh, but that's you being racist, not the
That's
movie.
not me being racist. This movie had, like, I don't even want to say the word.
So, is this movie racist, yes or no?
Yes.
This movie is racist.
It is horrible.
Who is it racist towards?
You shouldn't say those words out loud no matter what colour you are.
So, slurs. Racial slurs.
Yeah, I didn't appreciate them.
You think... Really?
Scott, I found it really offensive.
Wow.
Really offensive. That is just not my kind of movie.
So, I disagree. I don't think it's racist. I think people can make fun of their culture however they like. And that's cool if you don't want to watch that. That's absolutely fine. It definitely shows that, you know, that's not your kind of movie. I think we all get that. But in terms of, like, how it treats women, the part where I...
You know, and they were talking about their private parts and their, like, the way they were talking about them just made it seem dirty.
What did you think about the end of the movie? So there's a character that Rudy Ray Moore, who plays the character of Dolemite, meets in a bar, right? is getting cheated on by her partner, who's her son's father, and she gets slapped in the face by him because he interrupts her, and she punches him out. She knocks him out, right?
She does.
And that's what gets Rudy Ray Moore wanting to talk to her, right?
Yes.
And she's very, very self-aware of who she is because she's a big lady, right? And Rudy convinces her to perform with her. And she's kind of like his support.
The diamond in the rough.
Yeah, she's a beautiful, beautiful character.
Yeah, and then she has those words come out of her mouth.
When she
sings, I was offended.
She can sing though.
She can.
Got a good voice.
Yes, we get that.
Right.
But it's the lyrics
so
I have an issue with.
So at the end of the movie, right? Sorry to interrupt you, I'm just sort of jumping ahead.
It's okay.
At the end of the movie, they're going to their premiere of their film that they've made. And she says to him, do you remember what she says?
No.
She says, not many women like me get shown in movies, right?
Yes, she does.
Not a lot of people allow me to feel that way. But I am a woman. I'm a real woman with real woman feelings, and you gave me the opportunity to do that. And she was sad. She was, like, really touched by that. And she's, like, his pillar through the movie. Because, like, this is something that every time I watch this movie, I get emotional. I get caught up. Like, I don't think I've cried every time, but I haven't watched this movie in a while. But I watched it a couple of days ago just to get an idea of what it was. And I teared up when she said that. I was like, yeah, fair enough. And she's beautiful. She's so strong and, like, strong for him. And she's a big inspiration to the character he is, too. See, the way that I saw
the actress?
I don't know. I think
she was really talented.
She was. Absolutely. I actually don't think Eddie Murphy was that good in this movie. I think...
When is Eddie Murphy any good?
Well, he sucked for, like, the last 20 years. In the 80s, he was awesome.
Yeah, but, like, he's probably sleeping on a big barrel of money.
Well, I don't know about that, because he had to make this movie, you know, and he's got kids. Do you know who Charlie Murphy is?
He had to make it?
Well, he said that he made the movie because he was running low on money and he had to, you know, make it to...
Hang on, are we talking about Eddie Murphy or are we talking about the character?
No, Eddie Murphy.
Really?
Yeah.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm looking this up.
Yeah, no, that's for real. It's in one of the interviews.
What is Eddie Murphy? What is Eddie Murphy worth? 200 million.
There you go. It doesn't mean he has 200 million. Plus, he was living a particular lifestyle.
Hang on. Jojo Siwa, the girl from Dance Moms, is worth 12 million.
Yeah, good.
Because of the bows, Scotty, because of the bows.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what I'm talking about. But anyway.
No idea.
She is like 15.
Okay. I really believe this. The way that she supported him, because this is an underdog movie, right?
Yeah.
It's a cycle.
Call it that.
Every time that he gets put in a situation, he finds a way to make it work, and he succeeds. Even his friends are like, no, why would you do that? So it's interesting because Dolemite has to create a character because he starts as a stand-up comedian, so he takes a bunch of like the origins of rap, basically, the way that people would sort of joke around in prison, he uses that to talk about himself, and he uses that to do poetry, but like in a preacher way. That was the thing I didn't think Eddie Murphy did really well, because when you listen to Rudy Ray Moore talk and perform, he sounds like a preacher, but when Eddie does it doesn't, you don't really get that. You kind of have to look up who he is to get an understanding of what he is, right?
Okay, I didn't do that.
Yeah, so that doesn't really come through. So I agree with you on that one. But in terms of like the other characters, you had like Chris Rock and Snoop in there. Snoop.
Chris Rock was in that movie?
Yeah, Chris Rock was in that movie. He was a radio DJ who gets in a cinema spot.
See? Yeah.
So there's all these little...
Chris Rock either.
That's cool. But
Snoop Dogg I can get behind.
But Snoop Dogg says all those same words.
Yeah, but he's Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, see? Snoop Dogg says the same and worse.
I know. I don't appreciate that language. I would never talk like that.
But he's okay. Snoop is okay.
No. I mean, as an actor, he's okay.
I think he's a terrible actor. For real.
As a person, he's alright. I'm just... I don't know. The whole movie, Scotty, just blah.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, yes.
So, Charlie Murphy became a comedian later. And this was Charlie Murphy's idea.
Yeah, because it was dedicated to him at the end.
That's right.
I noticed.
Charlie Murphy died about 3 years ago, I think. 3 or 4. 2017 or 2016, I can't remember. But his career as a comedian was just taking off, which is quite interesting. He was Eddie Murphy's bodyguard in the 80s. And it was his idea, and they followed through with it. And the thing that got me with this movie is because it's an underdog movie, this guy is constantly being let down. Constantly. Right?
It's no Karate Kid. Let's put it that way.
No, that's true. Karate Kid is a very, very good movie, but I think I like this movie more. Karate Kid is actually really important movie.
I really don't think you and I can be friends anymore.
Wow.
Okay? No.
I really like Eddie Murphy, but I don't love him as much as some people that we know, because we used to watch... I can quote Delirious from start to finish, because in high school we watched Delirious on repeat.
Did you?
Yeah.
See, I don't think you and I were that close back then.
No, you missed it. You went around.
Damn, what a shame.
I think we banned quoting Delirious in high school because everyone could just talk the whole thing from start to finish.
It's like me and the parent. Right?
And Delirious is actually quite sexist in a lot of ways, and homophobic, and all these things. All these things. But
I don't like any of that sort of... I don't know, probably the way I've been raised. But
and you shouldn't. That's
not okay.
But that's what drew people into it, right? So because Dolemite is like the preacher, he's like the dirty preacher. So he builds up all that not chaotic energy, but that excited, I'm feeling this kind of energy, and then he'll say something dirty. So that's kind of what his whole shtick is. That's why people love it so much. I'll post some footage of him performing, and he was old. This was in the early 90s. Dolemite was he was performing in the early 70s, right? The way he talks is what inspired a lot of the rap music, the gangster rap music in particular, in the late 80s and early 90s. Without him, we wouldn't really have rap in the same way. And he's done rap songs with other rappers and stuff, just, to pay tribute. So there was a lot of respect for Rudy, because, their history is important. African American history is very important to artists. Very important.
Okay.
It had the Key and Peele guy, Keegan Michael Peele. You don't watch you've watched Key and Peele?
Do I sound like I have?
Obviously not. No, Key and Peele is a good show too. Very good show. Did you like Wesley Snipes in the movie?
I was too horrified to pay attention to actors.
Maybe you should watch it again.
No. That was 2 hours of my life I'm never getting back.
It's longer than I thought too. Again, another movie that's longer than I thought. So Netflix is interesting because Netflix shows a lot of progressive films and stuff, right?
Right.
Babysitter's Club is a Netflix show and it's very progressive.
Yes.
They've done other stuff. There's a lot of...
And with an E apparently is very progressive.
There you go. But this movie's been on Netflix for nearly a year.
You know why I didn't know about it?
Why?
Because I didn't choose to. Because I would never look up Eddie Murphy movies.
Why?
And once I saw he was in it.
Yeah.
Because Eddie Murphy is not funny.
I think with all the... what was interesting actually is he can sing too.
Yeah, I got that. He can sing. So what?
You're saying he's not talented, that's all.
Oh, no. Okay, he can sing.
Yeah. You're just saying he's not funny.
He is not a funny man.
Because he says the F word a lot.
No, he's just not a funny man.
Because at the start, you said this more than once, that he's not talented. He's definitely talented if he can sing, because I can't. I can pretend I can, but I can't.
Oh, don't pretend you can't because it hurts.
We don't need to pretend that we're funny because we are, right?
Damn right.
That's right.
I don't know if anyone else thinks we're funny, but we are funny.
We are funny. I think at least
I
we're
think
having
we're
fun.
funny.
We are funny.
I've been told I'm funny.
Mm.
Look, I would never go, ooh, I want to watch that again.
You wouldn't?
No. I'm sorry. I know it's your favourite film.
Ever. I've never had a favourite movie before.
Seriously?
Never. I like movies.
What did you do as a child?
I watched a lot of movies as a kid. I've watched basically all the movies that count to me. And I get introduced to new things. And I go, I liked that. So when Joker came out, it was okay. Everyone went, oh my god, that was the best movie. No, you know.
I don't think I haven't seen it. I can't tell you otherwise.
It's okay. Like, it's not a lose your mind over a kind of movie, but everyone was loving that movie.
It's not Wizard of Oz, is what you're saying.
No, it's not even close. You want to talk about racist movies, you want to talk about that. You want to talk about Disney.
Racist?
You look into the production of that movie and how they were treating certain people. Look into that.
That's not racist. That's,
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the portrayal of certain characters. The Tin Man.
What's wrong with the Tin Man?
Look into it.
Oh, don't ruin my favourite movie. It's
I'm not going to. Like,
the things that took place behind the camera.
Yeah. And you know about how, not just Song of the South, but there's a lot of, like, racial...
I love that movie. I stand by that movie.
You stand by Song of the South.
I don't get the racism. My dad's like, seriously? I'm like, they liked him.
Right? Okay. But you know that movie's, like, banned, right? This movie...
It's not on Disney Plus.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. There's a reason. I don't really have an opinion on that movie because...
To be honest, I haven't seen it in a very long time.
Neither have I.
But when I think about it, I just think of Jenny and Johnny and Brown Rabbit.
You liked Dumbo?
Which Dumbo?
Not the new one. That's not what I'm talking about.
No,
like the original.
Particularly. I did sit through the new one and I didn't like it.
Yeah, there's the crows in that. The black crows.
Yeah.
So you know about Jim Crow laws, right? In America? Jim Crow laws are basically segregation laws in America.
See, I don't look deep into things unless I'm really, really interested.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it just ruins things.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, I heard a rumor about the Wizard of Oz and I looked into it and my whole childhood was crushed.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'll deal with it.
Man, Dumbo is a racist movie.
Yeah,
I think Dumbo is more racist.
It's also not a good movie.
That's okay. I think Dumbo is a more racist movie than Dolemite.
Look, I'm sorry. I just didn't find it funny. I found it long.
Mm-hmm.
I kept asking Jeff, how much longer has this got? How much longer do I need to sit here? And after that, I'm like, I need to watch Dance Moms. At least that gives me hope.
Really? It gives you hope?
Well, it doesn't give me hope, but I know what I'm getting. I'm getting angry mums because their daughter didn't get a solo.
I just am surprised you didn't. Like, I know
you really think I'd like this film?
No, well, I think we looked at it through different eyes. Because for me, this movie gives me a lot of hope.
Okay.
Because this person is, like, trying to do something new for himself and, like...
Yeah.
Make, you see where I'm going with this, right? He makes records. He's a stand-up comedian who wants to make records. Well, even before that, he was a musician who wanted to make records. They didn't do well because they were a bit too, like, old school for that time. And then after that, he became a stand-up comedian. He didn't do too well, but he wanted to be an entertainer, right? From there, people said, your ideas are bad, just do what you're told to do, right? Just do what you're told. Do you see the parallel here? The parallel between, like, how black people feel in America based on what is being said during, like, the Black Lives Matter protests and stuff like that. Being told what to do and expected to do that, right? It's kind of like a black person's story. So
yeah, I get that.
Just do what you're told and it's fine, right? The slave master and the slave, right? Which they make comparison to in the movie. So when he does what he's told to do, he's never successful. But when he does what he thinks is the right thing to do, what he wants to do, he reaches success, and it's a cycle of him figuring that out right till the very end of the movie. But even then, he realizes, because he was very angry at his father. That was a big point in the film. There's a part in the movie where this little chubby kid goes to meet him at his premiere, and he says hello, and the little kid's like, I'm his biggest fan. He gets upset because he just walks right past him. So then he goes outside and he, meets the kid and talks to him and stuff. And gives him his cane because he wants that kid to be inspired and go out and do what he didn't do.
It's all very la-di-da and, isn't he sweet? But, that happens at the end of the film. Why couldn't that happen in the middle and we could have all gone home?
Because it wouldn't have shown the story. This is a movie, an underdog movie, where this guy is struggling, and because it's based on real events, it's not quite the same, but it's still pretty good as a reflection of African American history in America of that time, and even as not as an explanation, but as a way of looking back on those things and getting an understanding of why things are the way they are now. I think it does a really good job of that.
I feel like you're trying to paint me as a racist.
I am. That's why it's funny.
I'm not a racist.
Okay. But
I didn't like the movie because of the
swearing.
The language they use.
That's African American vernacular, though.
No, I mean the swearing and the... I don't know. It is not my kind of film.
No, it's definitely not your kind of film. I just didn't think you'd hate it.
Oh, I hated it.
Let's talk about our final thoughts.
You want to know my final thoughts?
Yeah, give me it out of 10.
Is 0 an option?
A 0. You'd give this a 0. So you can't recognize any good qualities in this film.
I can't think of any right now, to be honest. Apart from the female aspect where they've used real women and not Hollywood
types of women, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't think women were represented well in this movie?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay.
They were. That was the only thing the movie had going for it.
Oh, that they were represented well?
Yes, they were.
Okay.
They were, very much so. And it was refreshing to see that because most Hollywood films don't.
And they were gorgeous women.
They were very, very pretty. Even in my notes, it says pretty women.
I'm not even saying this in a fat people are brave for getting naked or wearing swimsuits kind of way. They're legitimately beautiful women.
That's what I said.
Not even saying that
when
fat
we
people
were watching
are
it, that girl's hot.
Yeah. Oh, there's a market for everybody, right?
Yes.
Everyone's beautiful, but the actresses who they casted were not normal Hollywood types.
Yes. And hopefully some people have seen that and cast them in something else.
I think, so out of 10?
It just didn't speak to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I have crappy taste in movies, according to lots of people.
So do I.
But at least they leave me feeling happy. I mean, it was a good ending because, went full circle and he inspired someone the way his father could never inspire him.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's good. But apart from that, if 0 isn't an option, I'd go with 1 or 2.
2?
I'd go with 2 then. It was really bad, Scotty. I can't get on board.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way.
I was trying to make you feel bad for not liking it.
I know. I am not a racist. I really want to...
You're not a racist.
I'm not a racist at all. Yeah, I don't appreciate you painting me in that light.
Oh, that's fair enough. I was just playing around, that's how I am.
I know you were, but it's irritating.
That's what I am.
Yeah.
We're both irritating. That's why we do this.
Excuse me, I'm a delight.
You're irritating.
Your partner tells me I'm a delight all the time. So...
She's irritating.
No, she's not.
She can be. So can I. I'm not an angel either. Don't get me wrong.
Anybody that listens to this podcast knows you're not an angel. Just saying.
I'm not the worst person on the face of the earth, but I'm not a great person.
You've got a kind heart.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
You think me wearing no shirt and bathers and going swimming is brave? Because I don't wear them.
I don't want to discuss this.
Why don't you want to discuss it?
Because women have discussed it.
Oh,
Extent.
have they? What have you heard?
It's not appropriate.
Neither is the movie.
No, it wasn't. This is the thing.
I want
I've been
names.
sitting here all like, when did we watch that? We watched that on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been sitting here since then going, what is the worst movie I can possibly make him watch?
Okay. Don't tell me.
Nothing. There
Don't
is
tell me.
nothing.
Have I won already? It's episode 4 and I've won.
You'll never be a winner.
Damn! There we go.
Yeah, I will always win.
Damn.
No, look, I've thought of something because, you know, Jeff and you are besties and Jeff hated this film to a very big extent.
It's mismatched couples, isn't it?
No, Jeff hated it.
Oh, okay.
And I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
And he's like, that was pretty much torture. Like, after he watched this, he yelled at my best friend who recommended it. He was like, how the hell could you make her watch it? It was not good. So, I guess we'd be nominating that, but I can't think of anything that bad.
Yep.
That's painful for you to sit through.
Yep.
So, I guess it would have to be...
Before you do that, can I give them my fun?
Yeah.
All right. So, to me, I would recommend anyone who is interested in hip-hop culture, or particular hip-hop culture, but even African-American culture in general, and getting a nice explanation of how people like that felt, particularly in the 70s after the civil rights movement in particular. If you want to get a nice biopic of that, this is a good place to do it. It's a fun, entertaining, inspiring movie. I think everyone of age should watch this movie, and I think everyone of age should watch it on Netflix, so you can give a black production attention and help them economically. Saying that, this is obviously my favorite movie of all time. It's not a perfect movie. I think Eddie Murphy could have been better in this movie. I think if he was more preacher-like, it would be easier to get. But he just loves it so much that it was one of his career moments to make this movie. It's his best movie, easily. And I love Coming to America, but this movie is better. 100 times better. And it's interesting because you'll hear people talking about what you can do to help, or even just talking about like the black struggle in America. That's a big topic right now. If you really want to help black people in America, support their endeavors. You know, the big problem is that there is an economic slump for them in particular. That's where these feelings come from. And it's one of those civil rights ideas where you have, you know, the white American who's very quick to say, yes, racism is bad, blah, blah, blah. But you'll hear a lot of black comedians say, you know what, I'd rather have a racist white person than a white person who says they're on our side but does nothing. Because you can identify what a racist white person feels. But like a non-racist white person, it's hard to tell because they've still got that mask on. But if you go out and like actually support movies like this and even art like this in general, then you're at least giving it a try. Like, I'm really happy that you gave it a try.
You sound so much more intelligent than I do when you ramble on like this.
I just talk shit. I just open my mouth and garbage comes out. I am the definition of a wanker. It just makes me wonder, like, because not everyone's going to want to watch this movie, but because they're not going to have an interest or knowledge of it, for one thing, but to get an understanding of what that character means to Black American comedy and Black American music in particular, this is...
To be honest, I didn't think about it from that point of view.
Yeah.
Again, probably because of white privilege.
Because you're
I'm
privileged?
not afraid to say it.
I'm not sure what you mean by how your privilege makes you knowledge of it.
I don't know if I'd think of it like that because I'm white, so I've never had to deal with that sort of racism. I've dealt with other things, but I've never dealt with racism because I'm white. Not that should matter in this freaking day and age.
Oh, it does.
People that think it does are ridiculous. Get over it. Do you know how I feel about black people? They just get a better tan than us. They don't have to freaking put on sunscreen.
So you're talking about... I'm sorry, I'm making you feel real bad because of the race stuff. But
that's how I feel. Like, the whole Black Lives Matter. They do matter.
Of course they do. Just as much as everyone else.
Oh, definitely.
Right.
But, like, they've got the upper hand. They don't have to wear sunscreen.
They have to wear lotion.
Yeah, but it's like they've already got the better tan than us. Is that why we're being mean to them? All I'm saying, I feel like I have to justify myself because of what you said.
I'm being an ass. Like,
yeah.
You should know me by now. You should know that I would have done this.
People are listening to this.
Good.
Hopefully.
We want people
And
to listen.
they should be recommending it to their friends.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Why should they be recommending it to their friends?
Because it's our show and we're funny.
Oh, our
Everyone should
show.
listen.
Oh,
Everyone should listen to it.
I thought you were talking about Dolemite, and I was like, really?
No. But everyone should hear our opinions on it.
Yeah.
But I am right, and you are wrong. But anyway.
At least you have the guts to say it.
Are we leaving it there?
No, I'm not done yet.
Mm.
I didn't give you my rating.
What's your rating?
9 out of 10.
Are you kidding me?
9 out of 10. Because Eddie could have
Watching
done...
very different things.
I think we just watched it through different eyes. There's nothing bad about that.
Nah.
You're not a bad person for not liking the movie because it's
Good.
full of black people. You know?
No, I didn't like the language.
That's fine.
Anyway, do you want to hear what I'm going to make you watch?
Oh my god. Yeah, sure.
Oh, you're going to love it.
Yeah, tell me. Let it go.
Seriously, I looked everywhere for the worst possible film
Mm-hmm.
that I love, that you would hate. Do you know
Yeah.
how hard that is?
Really? I didn't think it was that hard.
Yes. Yes.
I hate lots of things you like.
Give me one.
Dance Moms. I hate that.
Yeah, but that's a series. I can't make you watch that.
You did make me watch it.
I didn't make you watch it. That was your decision.
Right.
Anyway, I've got 2 suggestions. Pick whichever you like, but I think you should go with the first one.
Mm-hmm.
It's called A Christmas Princess.
Mm-hmm.
Travis Burns is in it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know who that is, but okay.
If I said the words Tyler Brennan, would you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He's Travis Burns.
Okay.
So this is what he did after he left Neighbours people.
All
He
right.
became a prince. Not in reality, obviously.
Christmas
And-
Princess. Oh, okay. Cool. And the other option?
And the other one is How the West Was Fun with the Olsen
Oh, the Olsen twins. Yeah, I know that one. We've watched it together. I've seen that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, look, there isn't anything that bad that I watch, I guarantee it.
Mm.
So I'm going with A Christmas Princess.
Use it. Take that energy and use it.
Or, if you really want to punish yourself,
Right.
what's that movie called? A Magical Christmas or something?
A magical Christmas.
I think that's what it's called. But it's like the most depressing Christmas movie I've ever seen in my life. And it just makes you want to, like, drink a lot.
If you're recommending me Christmas movies in August, what are you
I know, see,
recommend in
this is the
December?
thing. I was like, it's August. It's like, I can't even do the whole Christmas in July thing.
Yeah.
But, like, I want to make you hurt.
Because I hate Christmas.
I know you do.
It triggers
That's
me
a bonus.
so much.
Have you seen Dennis the Menace?
The Walter Matthau one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? And that's quality. I can't think of anything that...
It's hard. It's hard. I think that's the hardest part of the show. Do you know what people can do to help us?
Send us suggestions.
Yeah.
Although, we did get one. The Magic Riddle.
The Magic Riddle.
I've not seen that since, like, 1992.
Alright. I'm pretty satisfied with that.
Alright, so, what are you going to watch?
The Princess one, the neighbors. What's it? I'll have to write it down.
A Christmas Princess. Do not get it confused with The Christmas Prince.
They're different movies.
They are different movies.
And it's on Stan.
I thought it was amazing.
Okay.
So Chantal recommended it to us. She's like, oh my God. And it's got the guy from Neighbours. I'm like, oh. And I watched it. I'm like, it was amazing. And Jeff's like, Abby, why the hell would you do this to me? It came out in 2019.
Okay. Same year as Dolemite.
They're not in the same calibre. One is quality and one is scary.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you for listening.
Yes. We will see you next week.
We will.
With Scotty's, description.
Torture.
And it's going to be fantastic. Get some popcorn out. Watch it.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Bye.
Bye.